Elon Musk brought his Tesla Roadster to a significant occasion 4 years ago. Musk's enthusiasm for Mars and Tesla were merged in this event, and the car was sent into orbit with SpaceX's Falcon Heavy rocket, the world's most powerful operational rocket, to land on Mars. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Thank you for joining us today. Today, we will be speaking about where is Elon Musk's red Roadster that SpaceX launched into space 4 years ago. Please watch the entire video to figure out all the details. And guys, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and click the bell notification. Alright then, let's get started. 4 years ago this week, SpaceX's Falcon Heavy, the world's most powerful operational rocket, launched from Florida and ripped into space, carrying nothing but Elon Musk's personal Tesla Roadster. The cherry red sports vehicle, driven by a spacesuit-clad mannequin dubbed Starman, is still orbiting the Sun, taking a lonely, elliptical orbital route that takes it as far as Mars's orbit and as close as Earth's orbit at times. The automobile isn't on a scientific expedition. SpaceX needed a dummy payload for this test launch, and Musk intended it to be the silliest thing we can imagine. As a result, he chose his own high-end Tesla Roadster. It is the world's first mass-produced vehicle to be launched into space and the first to orbit the Sun. Mounted on the rocket's second stage, the automobile gained enough velocity to leave Earth's gravity and enter an elliptical heliocentric orbit that crossed Mars's orbit. At aphelion, the orbit reaches its maximum distance from the Sun of 1.66 astronomical units. Live video was relayed to the Mission Control Center and live-streamed for somewhat more than 4 hours throughout the early phase of the journey outside the Earth's atmosphere. Musk's knowledge of brand marketing and the use of new media was cited by advertising specialists as factors in his choice to fly a Tesla into orbit. As part of his bigger vision of exporting humanity to other planets, Musk indicated that he intended to enthuse the public about the possibility of something fresh happening in space. Elon Musk, the founder of SpaceX, claimed in March 2017 that the new Falcon Heavy vehicle would carry the silliest thing we can imagine because the launch was risky. A Tesla Model S was suggested by one of Musk's Twitter followers in June 2017, to which Musk replied, "Suggestions welcome." He announced in December 2017 that the cargo would be his own black cherry Tesla Roadster. One of the goals of the test mission was to show that the new rocket could deliver cargo as far as Mars's orbit. NASA has turned down SpaceX's offer to send a research payload into space. Despite numerous special-purpose lunar and Mars rovers, the Roadster is the first standard roadworthy automobile flown into space. The automobile remained permanently affixed to the rocket, angled above the payload adapter. Front and side cameras were mounted atop tubular constructions. Before the cargo was encapsulated, photos of the automobile were released. Starman, a proper human mannequin dressed in a SpaceX pressurized spacesuit, sits in the driver's seat. It was positioned with the right hand on the steering wheel and the left elbow on the open windowsill. The mannequin was called after David Bowie's song Starman. The car's sound system was programmed to loop Space Oddity before takeoff constantly. In the glove box, there's a copy of Douglas Adams' novel The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, as well as references to the book on a towel and a dashboard sign that says, "Don't panic." On the dashboard is a tiny Hot Wheels Roadster with a miniature Starman. Underneath the car is a plaque with the names of the project staff, and a statement on the car's circuit board reads, "Made on Earth by Humans." The car also has a version of Isaac Asimov's Foundation trilogy on a 5D optical disc. The Arch Mission Foundation is a proof of concept for high-density, long-lasting data storage. On February 2, 2018, the U.S. Office of Commercial Space Transportation issued the test flight's launch authorization. On February 6, the rocket took off from Kennedy Space Center's Launch Complex 39A. The car's launch vehicle was initially installed in a parking orbit around the Earth. It endured 6 hours coasting through the Van Allen radiation belts, proving a new capability to direct heavy intelligence satellites into geostationary orbit as the U.S. Air Force requested. Then, the upper stage gave a second lift to get to the intended escape path. Courtesy to cameras positioned inside and outside the car, On booms connected to the vehicle's unique adapter atop the upper stage, video feeds from space showed the Roadster at various angles, with Earth in the background. Musk estimated that the car's battery would last more than 12 hours, but the livestream only lasted a little more than 4 hours, stopping just before the last boost out of Earth orbit. SpaceX made the photographs available to the public on their Flickr account. The car in space was rapidly turned into an internet sensation. Western Australia police released a photo of a radar gun pointing at the Roadster as it flew across the country. A parody video depicting a Skoda Superb being driven to Mars was created by Skoda, a village in central France. Donut Media attempted to use a weather balloon to propel a Hot Wheels Tesla Model X into the stratosphere. A miniature model of a Soviet-era Lada carrying a mannequin of Roscosmos chairman Dmitry Rogozin was brought to an altitude of 20 kilometers by Tusky, a Russian startup, to gather test data for the construction of stratostats. The real-life images of a car orbiting the Earth were compared to the opening credits of the 1981 animated film Heavy Metal, in which a space traveler comes on Earth in a two-seater Chevrolet Corvette convertible. The SpaceX launch livestream on YouTube had over 2.3 million concurrent viewers, currently the second most watched live event on the platform, trailing Felix Baumgartner's jump into the stratosphere in 2012. As per the tracking website whereisroadster.com, which uses NASA's data to maintain track of the automobile, the Roadster was around 234 million miles from Earth and roughly 200 million miles from Mars as of Monday, crossing through a no-man's land of deep space. According to Jonathan McDowell, an astronomer at the Harvard-Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics, the Roadster is more than likely still intact. Still, meteoroids have probably damaged it throughout its journey across space. As per the webpage, the Roadster has gone about 2 billion miles and performed around 2.6 laps around the Sun in the last 4 years, primarily through a lonely, empty vacuum. However, it will sometimes approach other celestial objects. The spaceship made its closest approach to Mars in 2020, traveling within 5 million miles of the planet, roughly 20 times the distance between the Earth and the Moon. As per NASA, the Roadster won't get close to another planet until 2035, when it will pass by Mars once more. In 2047 and 2050, it will make 2 passes within a few million kilometers of Earth. According to one research publication, the probabilities of the automobile colliding with the Earth within the next 15 million years are roughly 22%. The chances of hitting Venus or the Sun are each 12%. It's challenging to forecast Tesla's direction because of space travel's complicated and unpredictable aspects. According to Rain, astronomers aren't interested in focusing their high-powered telescopes in the order of the Roadster's journey because there isn't much scientific value in examining it. According to Rain, the Roadster was last seen in March 2018, roughly a month after its release. According to Observer, the Starman Roadster pair completed their maiden orbit around the Sun in August 2019 and traveled by Mars for the first time in October 2020. The automobile has completed 2.62 orbits around the Sun so far. According to the tracking site, the Roadster is officially 234,366,378 miles away from Earth, or 20.97 light minutes, and is traveling at a speed of 4,020 miles per hour. The Roadster has initially been launched toward Mars's orbit with the hopes of colliding with the red planet, which caused some planetary scientists to be concerned about bacterial contamination due to the car's unsterile condition. His assessment has turned out to be correct. Starman surpassed Mars's orbit in November 2018 and floated towards the Solar System's asteroid belt, exactly as Rain predicted. Musk programmed the dummy Starman to listen to David Bowie's Space Oddity loops in one ear and Life on Mars in the other during the flight. Starman would have listened to Space Oddity 397,224 and Is There Life on Mars 535,242 times by now if the battery was still functioning. However, it will occasionally approach other celestial objects. The spaceship made its first near approach to Mars in 2020, traveling within 5 million miles of the planet, roughly 20 times the distance between the Earth and the Moon. If the automobile does end up colliding with Earth, we can only pray it is ripped to shreds when it smacks into the planet's thick atmosphere. Spacecraft colliding with Earth are relatively common, and most of them burn up in the atmosphere upon impact. Such consequences are uncommon in inhabited areas. The Roadster's ultimate destiny is unlikely to be known for millions of years. Musk, for one, expressed hope in 2018 that humans would have already built settlements on other planets in the solar system and that his descendants would be able to bring the Roadster back to a museum. Well, that's all we have today. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until we see you next time, ciao!